from 7 to 8
on Power 4.4 Radio
as we get natural and naked.
I think we can kind of like interview each other, I guess.
Okay.
Because I really wanted to have you and Antoine here, like, you know, like on one of my shows.
Yeah, I know you told me that.
And just, you know, go from there.
every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
What's going on? It's your boy Reverend B, live here on Power 4.4 Radio every Sunday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. with my show, Spiritually Connected. I'm here to help you, and especially you.
That
stay
Baltimore
spiritually
accent.
connected. Here every Sunday again from 8 to 9 p.m. live on Power 4.4 Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sarah Z. Make sure you tune in to Power 4.4 Radio in the Spotlight, Baltimore Paparazzi. You don't want to miss it.
Walk in the streets, no tucking my chain. Hop in the low, so we ride both ways. Sure, got more in the way.
I think it's too short.
Was that Young Cobain? I guess like if you could have seen him perform that night, you would have been like, he's only 16, and it was only his 4th performance. You know what I mean? Like.
Street lights on, get the deck so we can roll. Chillin' with the homies backwoods with the road. Party, 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 all swag on our nose. Club pulled up, headed for the back door. Diamonds in the deep, yeah. Bright smile, she see, yeah. Under in the seas, yeah. Cash all you see.
Even with that, like that reverb, you know what I mean? Like that auto-tune kind of thing.
It works for him. It don't work for everybody.
Right.
Sorry, gotta go, this isn't this thing. Stone cold beats, I cannot be tamed. Walk in the streets, no tucking my chain. Hop in the low, so we ride both ways. Sure, got more in the waist, BBS in the chain. Stone cold beats, I cannot be tamed. Walk in the streets, no tucking my chain. Hop in the low, so we ride both ways. Sure, got more in the waist, BBS in the chain.
Let me know.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey everybody, welcome to In the Spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi.
Yeah.
That was Young Cobain. Jay loves that song, and I do too. And I was telling him off air, actually, anybody on I'm on YouTube, Baltimore Paparazzi YouTube channel. What you on, Jay? What you on, Jay?
Something wrong here.
Right, it's like something is.
All right.
It's still doing it.
I got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. What
Sorry about that.
What are you streaming on?
I'm streaming on Power 4.4 Radio, Facebook page.
Okay. So if you can hear us, you can watch us too.
Yes.
So I was telling him off air, like when I seen that young man perform, I was really impressed with him. And then I found out he was 16 and it was only his 4th performance.
Wow.
And I said, really? Like I didn't believe him. Like I was calling him a liar. But, you know, it was just because he was so comfortable up there on the stage in front of people and, you know, and even his content.
Yeah, I like the song. It's one of those, it worked, like I said, it works for him. The auto-tune, everything, it works.
Right, because like you said.
I don't like auto-tune on everybody.
I don't either.
I probably wouldn't even do it on myself because I probably wouldn't even feel like I like it.
Well, you know, one person that does it, that it surprised me that he even does it.
Steve.
Yes. When he started doing that, then
Steve, I knew you was going to say
yes,
that.
and I tell Steve all the time, him and Billy Live's names always come up because there's always a story.
Billy did?
Huh?
Billy did auto-tune?
No, but I'm just talking about their names always pop up in my conversations because of the things that they do and that they continue to do. But Steve surprised me. Like the first time I heard him do the damn auto-tune, I was like, Steve doing, but it sounded good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, because, you know, some people can't really pull that off at all.
I just get tired of it because it's like on a million songs these days.
Right. Now, we had, I had a cancellation. That's the reason why this is a Jay and...
Free fall.
It's a Jay and Lisa interview because we were just going to talk like, you know, like how I do anyway, talk and hold conversations and talk about different things that are going on or whatever. But C-Love was supposed to be here. He's part of Pit Fights.
Mm-hmm.
He actually hit me up and asked me if he could, you know, he wanted to interview because he had some music and everything. Well, he had some family issues that happened, that popped up, and
Happens, life.
I'm praying that everything is okay. So he couldn't be here. He wants to reschedule, of course, and I have no problem with that because I really want to talk to this young man. I seen him battle at the depot, I think. I took pictures of him there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that was towards the end of my reign with Pit Fights. He came from B Civil Battles. So, and I think, you know, he's a talented young man. And
You gotta get Barcardi on your show. Do you have Barcardi in
I had Barcardi on my other show, my very first year in. Oh, yes. Happy 3-year anniversary to me of having In the Spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi.
Yeah.
3 years of
3
this.
years.
Yes. And
you're the thing, you probably never thought you would like to conduct conversations on live radio.
Well,
when you first heard that, when you first was presented the idea.
Well, when I was first presented the idea, excuse me, because I'm eating pretzels, like I shouldn't be eating on the mic, but, you know, I'm fat, so, and I'm drinking a Monster, so, you know, but,
The sugar level was going high.
my exhaustion level was high. I fell asleep sitting on my bed and woke myself up snoring, just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just totally exhausted. But I was presented the idea probably like 4 years before I did my show.
Okay.
We were at the Red Door, like EXO had said about
The Red Door, the one that I was at?
no, the one over west.
Oh, okay.
It's a bar.
Yeah, I know it's two separate. It was East and West.
Yeah, so that's when her body was doing their interviews there. Mm-hmm. And I had brought, suggested that Division go and do an interview. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Skip was like, you can have a radio show anytime you want, Lisa. You can have a radio show. I was like, I think about it, and because I don't like jumping into stuff. I gotta get everything lined up, ducks in a row. Yeah. You know, that's the white side of me. Got to be organized. So it took me, like I said, about 4 years before I was finally comfortable. And I told 3D, I said, what do I got to do? He said, you got to come up with a name. I said, In the Spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi. He was like, damn. It's like, yeah, I've been thinking about it for 4 years. You don't think that I don't, you know, already have everything planned out? Yeah. He's like, when you want to start? And I gave him the date. It was like the first.
Now! Right now!
It was like the first Saturday. My show's always been on Saturday. First Saturday of September. And it's been like that ever since.
Yeah, you like the only show on Saturdays. We gotta get some more people up here to level on
Lisa. My thing was I wanted it because I really wanted to be from 6 to 8. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a good time from 6 to 8. But then circumstances beyond my control at Hardbody put me at 7 to 9. Apparently somebody else wanted from whatever to 7 or whatever. So I had to take that off or had to go back. I forget what it was. But then with here, I was supposed to be 6 to 8. But circumstances beyond my control. My daughter got a job working, you know, almost 12-hour shifts. And so I was like, well, I have to change it to 7 because got to drop her off and not going to make it here by 6. And so here I am again. Yeah. But, you know, Saturdays to me it was like a good time because majority of my show is hip hop artists, but that's who my comfort zone is. But I have talked to people who are, you know, business owners and, you know, other people want to come through and talk to me. You know, it's just a matter because my show is 2 hours. A lot of times I don't like having 2 people here at the same time because I can't focus on just one person or the, you know, it's just, I just feel more comfortable. But I'm gonna have to start doing that.
You
I've
get
got,
one person out, the other person out.
yeah, and it's just, and that's what I gotta start doing because I have too many people. Man, I want to. Okay.
And
I'm booked.
having two guests, it's not liable that both of them is going to call out.
Right. Well.
Because I've dealt with that.
Yeah, but
on my freestyle Fridays.
Well, I know next week the holiday shells better not even think about calling me and saying, "Oh, we can't make it."
They pretty good.
Yeah, they're gonna be here because it's me,
Yeah.
and I haven't done.
Well,
I'm in the middle of doing their pictures right now from.
Holiday he's pretty cool. I've been knowing him for years.
Me too.
Yeah.
YHGM days.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
So the last time I was like, "Man, you remember you were asking me to sign you?" He was
Really?
He was like, "Really?" He was like, "That was your loss or something." He said. I was like, "Yeah." At that time, I had too many people. I know when I need to stop.
Yeah, because you have over the years
Like,
you had a
now,
whole roster.
Right now, I'm on pause because I got too many. I got enough. I ain't gonna say
Do
I got
you?
too many. Yeah.
I only know one person. I'm not trying to.
Um,
who's on your roster now?
Queen Fiend.
Yeah, that's the one I know
I
about.
do work with Oscar D. He was at the concert.
I loved him.
Yeah.
I
And
fell in love.
the other guy that sang Takeover.
Okay, that's the one, the kind of Christian.
Yeah.
His,
And then
I posted up. I don't know whose phone that
That
was.
was mine.
Okay, because I got a inbox message too, but I took a video about that whole night. I was taking video on Instagram and posting.
Yeah, I tagged him in.
Yeah, so but
because he didn't know that you had posted that.
Yeah, so the one about it was abuse or something.
Oh, that was Takeover. That was don't put your hands on a woman.
Right. So I posted that up, and people were kind of responding to it. Something they were listening to it.
Yeah.
But
he's pretty dope too. I just told him you need an actual beat because acapella ain't gonna work all the time. If you notice, I kind of broke it up. He did like 3 different songs, but I broke it up.
Right. But the Oscar.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, because people don't look like they okay, like when I first met Only.
No, I get it.
When I first met Only, I was like, you're Only? Lights out Only? Wow, you don't look how you rap.
Yeah.
And like him, I wasn't expecting him to sing like that. I was like,
I had a lady do that today at a concert I performed at. She said, at the park, she said, she came actually to the front of the stage with a smile on her face. And I knew I had it at that point. But she had called me up about 15 times this week, just trying to make sure that I was bringing the right song, like I wasn't going to be cursing. She was like that type of promoter. Like,
she don't know
who all's going to be with you. So she didn't, but you're going to learn today type. But yeah, now she said she's going to give me a paid gig next. So
that's good. I mean,
yeah,
that's basically what it's all about.
And I was talking to her about being possibly my manager because I don't have a manager right now.
Yeah. What do you need a manager for?
Oh, I need one.
I'm just asking because a lot of people
keep me on track. A lot of people don't understand, but Jay needs a manager.
No, the reason why I asked this is because a lot of people have come to me wanting me to be their manager, and the reason why I won't be a manager is because I was getting ready to cuss, but I remembered where I was at. These MFers don't listen. They don't listen. They don't follow instructions. They don't pay attention. When you want somebody to take care of business for you, like, keep you on track and everything else, but then you want to party. I'm not saying you, Jay, because that's not your, you got, as they say, too many irons in the fire.
Yeah. I was told to go to parties. I was like, I'm not really a party person, but I was told I had to be there so that people could see who I was. And
right. You have to make your presence known, because that's the thing that, like, I think now we don't have, because everybody wants to be seen on the internet, and they think that their presence on Instagram and YouTube and whatnot, and the social media things is where they need to be.
Well, that's the standard that people create.
Right.
Because if people like you, my nephew has more followers than me, and he raps, but he can't come close to what I can do.
Well, and not only that, you know, and that's another thing.
I think he could be possibly just an Instagram rapper.
I don't think a lot of them.
I've never seen him live, but I think just based off of what I see.
Like I've told the story, and I'll continue to tell the story because I think it kind of illustrates my point of being out here performing instead of just performing, you know, these Instagram, you know, and on YouTube or whatever, but getting on that stage in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
You know,
like I said,
if you don't have that stage presence, but you know, like I said, a couple years ago, I was asked to if I wanted to cover the Summer Jam down at Pier 6 for 92Q.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been stupid to say no.
Right.
So, and they had the opening acts and all that before Fabulous and Monica and Rick Ross came on stage.
Yeah.
So they had all, you know, and then the one group that's from here, and I had never seen them on stage. I'm not a fan of theirs because I've heard their name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got played on 92Q all the time. They had gotten signed a 360 deal or something. You know, all this stuff. Everybody's just praising them. Oh yeah, da 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 da. Okay, I heard their song. Okay, you know, it's not my taste, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the message that was in it a little bit. You know, it was one of them to me, something like a trap song. But anyway,
Portland said hey.
Huh?
Portland said
Hey.
hey.
I still have her headphones. She left them in my car.
Portland, she still has your headphones if you're still listening.
So I'm there and I'm looking because you know I'm the biggest kind of critic when it comes to performance.
Oh yeah, that's what this woman said.
So I looked and track was playing with their vocals.
Yeah, that's not
Microphones nowhere near their mouths. And they're jumping around partying.
not good at all.
So I'm saying.
That's why I have rehearsals tomorrow at 4:00.
But everybody like wants to excuse people for giving those kind of performances.
No, there's no excuse at all because if you take your art seriously, you would practice. And a lot of people don't practice. It's like you expect the Ravens to go out and deliver a good football game every week if they don't practice. That's not going to work.
No.
They're not going to be insane. For me, I practice. I be driving down the street and I got my music off and I'm performing my songs. Then I'll go to a track just in case. Because I like to do stuff just in case sound goes out on me.
Right.
I have had it happen before and I kept going and everybody loved it because I just kept rolling.
And like, okay, we kind of surpassed, it seems like we kind of surpassed the whole CD thing. You know, where you go to a show and you hand the DJ your CD.
Yeah.
Heard.
They still do that. They still do that in Miami.
Well, DJ Heard, he didn't know. You had to email him all your tracks. That way he would put them in on his computer.
Well, these days that's what you have to do because of a lot of artists having bugs on their computers. They bring their flash drive and then it gives them a virus. So now a lot of people are very sketchy about DJs wise. They don't.
Yeah, about.
I'll be like, I got a USB. You got it on your phone. I got a USB.
I don't like them playing it off their phones.
I don't love this. I don't like the sound at all. That's what I tell them. I was like, look, I'm a professional here. I said, I'm not gonna give you no bug, but can we not do that?
Because they don't turn their phones off as far as incoming calls and all that. Then if they have a lock on the phone and they say, DJ, it's the next track, I can't because there's a lock on your phone. You know what I mean? Or
you know, take all that stuff off.
Or the aux cord that's plugged into your phone, because it's got a short in your. Too many different things can happen. Yeah. So I was like, I'm never a fan of them playing.
I prefer USB, but
right. But I mean, but I understand where the DJs are coming from.
Yeah, me too.
So-
but I tell them, look, you ain't got nothing to worry
Right.
about. Just plug this in.
Right. Run a virus scan real quick. I mean, whatever.
I say, if this give you a virus, I'll replace the computer for you.
But
No, because you have to be professional. I think that's just the thing of being professional as an artist. A lot of artists don't realize that when you putting on a show for people, you have to have everything in order just in case.
right.
So like I usually go to a situation like today. I really wasn't prepared, but I was prepared to just do something.
Right.
Whether it would have been just acapella but the DJ had a hotspot, so he was able to go to his email account and get it.
But I mean, this damn thing. But you know, and you're supposed to prepare. Like way back in the dark ages.
I usually have phone, USB, and I don't never have CDs no more.
But before,
Phone, CD.
back when we were doing this whole CD, you know, the CDs, I know for a fact Bomb would have 2 CDs.
I used to do that.
Because
And they
one
used
of
to
them
look at
makes,
me.
one of them was make skip or be scratched because you done use that show
One don't
CD.
work
Right,
because you
anything.
didn't finalize it.
Right, or, you know, or any number of things.
Yeah.
You know, like we had one night, the CD was in the car, playing in the CD player. Bomb was practicing. Oh, shit. Practicing. And guess what? We get in the club, it don't work.
Yeah.
But it just worked in the car.
That's what they usually say. But at that point, a lot of people can't. I mean, a DJ, their job for the night is to plug in your music, hit play, and pretty much it. You're not going to get much out of them.
Man, let me tell you.
So that's why you need to hire your own DJ or come with a band. That's what I'm actually working on as a band.
Yeah, I seen you posting up about that.
Yeah, you get a lot more money when you got a band because people take you a lot more serious. And I heard, on an interview that you get hired for more festivals that way. So
Right.
just stepping up my game. Like I have my own microphone. I should have bought it today, but I didn't bring it. But I have my own microphone. I try to have my own DJ. I usually don't try to rely on anything else. And if it is, I'm prepared for it.
Yeah, because I remember, like,
You don't want to go to a show and be the worst person. It's like, they be like, oh, he hard to work with. You know what I mean?
right.
So, like, the promoter today, she came to me after I was done. She was like, I was really, 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 you can ask Antoine. It's hard to impress me. Because I usually look at people like, whatever. Especially in hip hop. So, she was like, I was really impressed.
Yeah, because, a lot of people...
And she just kept saying it. It's like, that's genuine right there. Because a lot of people would just tell you, hey, you did a good job, and then they'll walk off, and that'd be it. But she kept saying it like twice, so I knew it was like.
That sounds like me when I'm
Jay
somebody.
Treese is on here.
Huh?
He said hello.
Who?
Jay Treese.
Hey, yeah. I didn't know that I knew you a long time ago. I knew your voice because you and Nico were in a group together, and I've known Nico since March 2000. Yeah. Yeah.
19 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy. I seen that mirror. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I think I might have that song somewhere. I had a few of his songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
But yeah, so like I would stress to people that is practice. Like watch your film. Like if you had somebody videotape you or you find some type of video footage, look at it. Like I seen a lot of stuff in your footage that I didn't like of myself.
Right, but you can criticize yourself and you can change something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm usually heavy on the moves. I didn't do too much movement.
well, I mean it was.
But I was scared of the speakers too.
Yeah.
Because Queen Fanny went all the way in the back and it was like, Queen!
Yeah. Yes. I was like, ooh.
And she didn't know, she don't know. That's why I have to do rehearsals. But when you hear that means get away from the speakers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Away from the speakers. But just being in the music business, I'm just trying to step my game up and be able to get paid for gigs. I was talking about this last night on my live that I seen a DJ post stop paying these DJs these low rates because even if you have sound, they coming in to perform and they gotta control the atmosphere. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So that's the way I feel about an artist. An artist should get paid at some point too, because if you're experienced. Now, I think it should go off your experience. I don't think it should just be solely you just come in the game and you get paid. No, I think you should get at least something for your experience. Like,
right, true.
Especially talking to like with Kojo. Me and Kojo talk all the time, and I was like, it's crazy how what we bring to the table. And I didn't know my worth. Like maybe 2 years ago, I didn't know my worth. And until me and him had a conversation, and he was like, yo, Jay, he was like, I'm not doing that show. He was like, man, he was like, did you see what we bring to the table? And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about you too.
Right.
And I was like, after we got off the phone, I told him this, I was like, I thought you got a little bit big-headed. And it was like, you should be still doing shows.
Right.
And then once I did that show that night, my eyes just opened up and I was like, yo, this is some bull crap.
Well, I mean, it comes to a point, like, okay, I tell everybody, but I remember telling somebody years ago, because, the whole thing with, like, the city nobody supports you. That I said, look, people are not going to support you.
Yeah.
People, they're not going to like your music.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have a core fan base here. That's who you worry about. Your core fan base. And then once you have your core fan base, then you go out of the city. You go down to D.C. We got people here that don't even want to go down to D.C. to perform or even try to attempt to find shows down in D.C.
Yeah.
It's all about what you really want.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that a lot of the veterans,
mm-hmm.
I
consider myself one.
They figured out the game.
Mm-hmm.
They figured out what they had to do, and they figured out, because let's be honest, there was nothing like everything that has been going on the past few years. Just I'm like, we were there when there was like no road, and we helped.
There's no social media.
We helped,
I think we only had MySpace.
Right, and we helped. Like I feel like we all helped grate that area to make it a road, put the gravel down, put the asphalt down, and then here comes these other people that just jump on the road and they're gone,
mm-hmm.
and we're like, wait a minute, hold up. They don't realize the history or anything. They don't realize how hard it was to even get a venue to be like, okay, can we just do a hip hop show here? Please. Nobody wanted hip hop in any of their clubs.
And you used to get media training. Like a lot of these guys that say first interviews, you could tell that they're not even seasoned to know. Like maybe 2 or 3 after they even did it, they might become people, criticizing them. But we interviewed the young guy, and I had looked at his previous interview before he came to us, and it was not the same.
Right.
It was not the same at all. So I just tell people all the time, put the work in. Like, you can't go demanding for something and you ain't put no work in as far as your own your stage presence, your the way you come, your game. Like I told people last night on my live, like I bring outfits now. It's not like I just come. Of course, I couldn't bring any today because it was a park, but I bring outfits with me to perform. When I performed last night at this wrestling thing, this wrestling event, I had my own clothes. Like, set aside, I went into a different room, changed my clothes, came out, did my thing, got off stage, network. That's what I kept doing. Network.
Right.
These guys, they think, man, I ain't got
I'm sorry, I used to bust people's bubbles all the time. Oh, everybody knows me. I don't.
Right.
Because and that's why when people say, "Oh, Lisa, everybody knows you," no, they don't. They don't know who I am.
Yeah, especially I went into this. The crowd that I faced last night was different for me because 90% of it was Caucasians. About 10% black.
Right.
So they were rocking. Like, they loved the song. Like, and the song doesn't have my name in it because it was for a wrestler. So
Right.
I wasn't going to put my name in a song. So it's like, at that point now, I have to work harder because they just seen the face.
Right.
So now I have to put the name to the face.
Right.
And that causes a lot of work. Like, you got to be able to conversate. A lot of these guys can't conversate. They be like, you know what I mean? You know, you feel me? You know, I'm just trying to be out here doing my thing. You feel me? And it's like, that ain't the conversation that you want to have to everyone. Like, you got to know how to talk to different people.
Right. Because, like, I didn't want to be in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know. I never wanted to be, like, my thing was I started taking pictures because I didn't know anybody. Mm-hmm. And then I just started taking pictures. And then when people started, like, liking the pictures, and then I realized that, yeah, okay, you're performing. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, there's somebody there that's taking pictures of you. But they're not taking pictures of anybody else because they're there to see you.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Bomb could be on stage, but there's nobody taking pictures of Bomb because nobody is there with a camera that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he's got fans, but they don't have a camera.
Yeah, I get it.
And this is like before camera phones, really.
Because I told, Sonia. Mm-hmm. I told her, you know, if you wouldn't have never videoed me, I probably would have no footage from back in the day.
Right.
Before.
And that's what I keep getting too. Like, if it wasn't for you, Lisa, nobody in this scene would have had pictures like that. Like, Linwood made a song taking pictures.
Yeah.
And that was because of me. Because I was, he's like, I made that song because of you. Because you were taking pictures of me. Nobody else was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I had never thought about it that way. I was just taking pictures because I like to take pictures. And it just progressed into what it is today.
Yeah.
And
Lisa stepped up. I seen some pictures. I was like, whoa.
Man.
Lisa they got Nikon, y'all.
Man.
Lisa they got a Nikon camera.
Yeah, it's a Nikon already. I'm still learning it. I've had it for like 4 years and it's still...
I'm trying to teach you now because you got a Nikon. There's no way he's going to teach you anything.
The only reason why I had that Canon was because my Olympus broke. Yeah. The shutter inside broke.
Because I went to him with a Canon. And he was like, I don't know how to work that. And put it. He picked it up and he was like, man, this camera too light. Like, feel this, Jay. Like, it's not even heavy. Feel my camera.
Right, because when I was at that fashion show and when we was at G10, mm-hmm. and he gave me that 50mm lens.
Yeah.
And he said you can't zoom in with it, but it's for low lighting. And I was taking pictures with us and I was like, do I have to give this back to him? I ended up buying one though. I have one for my camera.
Yeah.
But
take it to him. I'm telling you, he'll work with you now because you're on this playing field. See, I noticed this with like engineers too. Like, when I dealt with the guy that does my engineering, his name is Lot, Roger Station Entertainment. So, like, what I did was, he got some old comp songs, too, in his vault.
Right.
But when I took my PC up to him to get fixed,
yeah,
that PC set up there for like 6 to 7 months.
Dang.
I took my Mac up there. He put all extra programs on it for me. He was like, "Oh, you part of the Mac club now. I'm about to hook you up." I had what is the video thing called?
Oh, I know.
It's like something pro.
Mm-hmm.
I had Photoshop. I had like every single thing. He just put it in there.
Man.
So like when people when they believe in something, and you bring that to them, they want to look out for you. So John will definitely look out for you.
Oh, John will look out for me. So Ruben Green.
Yeah.
Ruben Green was like, I'll teach you. I was like,
I haven't been around with Ruben enough.
I love Ruben. Ruben and I were at a Ghostface show, and I had cussed out the
He's good with no lighting though.
Oh my God! Yes,
I need to learn him.
That's what I'm saying, especially at soundstage with the light.
You can't use lights. You can't use flash.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, I'm not.
Some people do.
Yeah, some people can.
Some people are privileged.
Yes,
Not us.
No. But Ruben and I were in the pit when I cussed out the tall, light-skinned security guard at Soundstage. And I was told by Frank Lewis to apologize to security. And I said, I ain't apologizing to nobody. But yeah, he was right there with me. And he
was on a couple weeks ago, wasn't he?
Huh?
He was on here a couple weeks
Frank,
ago.
it was like last week.
Yeah. Well, no, this was last week.
Yeah, it's the week before. Yeah, that was Frank and
Antoine sent me a message. He shouted you out. I was like,
yeah, that show was. I told Antoine, I said, "You don't know who Frank is." He was like, "No." I said, "Okay, you're in for a
crash
treat."
course.
Antoine's like, "I think that was one of the best interviews we've ever had." I was like, "I told you it was just going to be just craziness."
Yeah.
And shout out to Keish for them treats. I just had a little piece, and I was just in here stupid dumb. I couldn't think at all.
Quiche
No.
with the treats.
Yes.
Is that quiche made?
Yeah. Quiche makes trashy treats. They're called trashy treats.
This is DGK.
Mm-hmm.
Quiche.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She makes them. She crocheting. Yeah. She don't rap anymore.
Yeah, she don't rap. Sometimes.
But yeah, I miss hanging out with her.
Yep. So like I was telling you, I just so happened to go down to the old 5 seasons.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't look the same to me. I'm like, where's the stage? Where's the DJ booth? Oh man, this is just open. This is just open white walls.
Ooh, no.
Well, it's like here, I have that bright. I love brightness.
Right,
So
but
it's kind of good.
yeah, but
Because the one thing that you'll like, I told Roman this, I'm sure you already know, but the best thing that you could walk into is white ceilings or white walls. When you walk in and it's black, your pictures, you gotta shoot with direct flash, and it's like the worst.
oh yeah.
People's heads be shining in that forehead.
Let me tell you, I found that
But when you got white, you can
When-
just bounce it off the ceiling.
when you are shooting people on stage
Mm-hmm.
and they have black on,
Mm-hmm.
my autofocus,
Don't work.
it's just like, and so you got to get something of, and you got to do it this way. You got to do it. People don't understand.
Mastermind taught me another way though. You just gotta lock your focus. So you press on the button that you're taking the picture with,
Mhm.
it'll lock the focus, and then you take it. I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he'd be like, that picture's blurred, Jay. I'm like, respect.
I go that, and that's the reason why I take 1,500 pictures at an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I'm working on now is 1,500 pictures.
Jason J. Bruno, oh I know, said, hey yo Lisa.
Hey, Brother Jay. Thank goodness our brother Bad News woke up a couple weeks ago finally after being in shock trauma, asleep for 3 weeks after being shot. He is awake, talking, everything. So, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Oh. Are we talking about the same person? I'm thinking about.
What?
I was thinking about somebody else. I think I was thinking about the wrong person.
Oh. No, this is he's I met him through Hayes and Bruno, and we were in Pennsylvania at a show probably about a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
I like to smell cologne. Like, you hug somebody, just like men when they smell.
I got cologne.
When you hug a woman and she's got a fragrance on and she smells good.
Yeah.
So I hugged Bad News. I was like, oh, you smell good, Bad News. So that whole night it was, Lisa said, I smell good. But I smell good, Lisa. Every time I say something, but I smell good. So for my birthday, he wrote on my wall, it was like, happy birthday from Mr. Smell Good.
Smell good.
Yeah. So
I like that.
So That's always been the ongoing thing with us.
He said we love you.
Oh, I love you guys too.
Yeah, so white sailors are like the best for photography. Like you can bounce them. I told Roman this, he didn't know either, but like Mastermind told me this. Bouncing it off the top of the white butter. Oh, like if you got flash, it's just bouncing off.
Yeah,
the
but
top.
then, like with the venues, like that's
the ceiling high is a little bit different.
well, not in when you like I said, like soundstage can't use flash.
Yeah, because and it's typically dark in there. That's why I said I want to give Ruben. He got that mastered. Like his stuff, his concert photos be like dope.
Yeah, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Yeah.
That's what I tell him most. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah.
Cause, and like, I never thought it would like the whole thing would be progressing to this. That's the thing.
He said, "I smell good today."
Yeah.
Where was you at? She had put the call out and ain't nobody answered. She needed a guest to interview.
I know. Oh well.
But yeah, I gotta get with Ruben. He gonna do us. He gonna train us together at least.
We're gonna have a session.
Yeah.
That's what I do. We'll have a session.
So if you could go back, because I always think this, because Eva Rounds called me a legend, so
I love her.
that kind of caught me off guard. 'cause
She's
I
still
never heard it
Jinx.
before.
She is still Jinx to me.
Yeah. So if you could go back and change anything from when we first started to now, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything. You know why?
Why?
If you change one little thing in the past, everything else changes.
Yeah.
Everything. If my husband didn't die in '05,
Probably wouldn't be in music.
probably wouldn't be in music. Probably wouldn't even be in Baltimore. He hated Baltimore. He hated it here. He wanted us to move down to Suitland with his family.
That's
So-
just down the road.
Yeah, but he hated Baltimore. He's from Southeast DC.
Yeah.
He hated Baltimore. He thought it was
Most
dirty.
people- Most people from DC don't like Baltimore.
But I'll whenever somebody says about I wish I could. Even though my children's father and I had a very volatile relationship at one point, he's still the children of my father. I mean, he's the father of my children. So I would never change that, because if I had children with somebody else, I still would have Kashmir and Jared,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be who they are right now.
Right.
So that people always say, about going back in time and whatever. I was like, I wouldn't change anything. Everything is a learning experience. Do I wish that when we were really rolling with the 5 Seasons, the Black Hole Club, Bedrock, Fletcher's, Sonar, when we was really rolling with these shows and everything was like love, because you look out and there'd be comp there'd be First Family out there, but none of them were performing that night. They were just there.
Scar rolled through.
Right.
Rolled through.
Right. So do I wish that momentum kept up and the scene would be much bigger than what it is? Of course. But I would never go back and change anything, because who's to say that we go back and change one thing to make it better and we don't really end up right where we are today, which is the scene is still broken up into different cliques and areas. I look on when I do see a flyer for a show, which is very rare.
Yeah.
It's the same people putting the show on, but it's the same people performing.
Yeah.
So where is that diversity? Where is the, new artist? Calico, she did my show when I was doing shows at 5 Seasons. I don't know her. Silk told me that his wife wanted to perform. She was a rapper. She wanted to perform. Fine. My show was all about giving somebody opportunity to get on stage. If you suck, that's on you. I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm giving you that platform to be able to perform. That's my vision.
You're talking about Silk Chambers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll just make sure we had the right silk.
So my whole thing was, I'm giving you a platform. I don't care if you're good, if you suck, or whatever. All I cared about is giving you that platform. You give me give me $75, which was half the ticket money. You keep the other half. That was my way of paying these artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do half the work, you do half the work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you should get half the money.
Mm-hmm.
So she, then she said that friend of hers wanted to perform too, wanted tickets as well. Cool. I'm just giving you a platform. When Calico got on that stage, when she got off that stage, I said, "Where have you been?" Come to find out, she'd been around. She recorded with Raina Williams.
She recorded with Root too.
You know what I mean? So that just showed me even more that I did not know everybody that was in this music scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, everybody rapped.
Yeah. Well, back then it was a different time because it was like everybody rapped, but everybody also was supporters.
My friend Kevin Jones said Yahoo first, talking about back in, I guess, MySpace days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's how I met Kevin, was back at Yahoo.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just the timing, I think, now is more open mic-ish. I don't see too many planned out shows. I think Billy probably is the only one that's doing shows.
And that's what I said. I think, I don't, and everybody's like, "Lisa, when you going to start doing shows?" If I could find a venue and an owner, if I could find a venue that was accessible with being able to get there and then parking, and find an owner who's not trying to rape my pockets, you know what I mean? Then that would be a possibility. But who's really got fans? They have fans on social media, but how many of them can bring people out?
That's the trickiest question, though.
How many can really, people?
Trickiest question, because I be thinking the same thing. Like, how do these people follow me on Facebook? Or
But
Instagram,
never come to my events. Yeah.
That's the most frustrating part.
When, I used to have people, I had people tell me because I
think that part has landed some people into deep depression.
Yeah.
And then that's why a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that I thought was super dope. And it's like now they're like, yeah, I don't mess with that anymore.
Well, that's because they probably got discouraged one too many times. Let's face it, you don't get love in your own city.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people all the time, yeah, you're going to get love out of town. People get love out of town. So, fine. Get some followers in some town out in California. Get a fan base out there.
Yeah.
Find out how many people would come to an event or come to a show. Then find a promoter and say, "Hey, I've got all these people that are willing to buy tickets. How about paying me to come out there?"
That's definitely dope.
You know what I mean? There's so many ways that people could try to.
It is.
But a lot of them don't want to. To me, it's still this. The artist focuses on the music and forgets all about the business, or they focus on the music and they don't know anything about the business and don't want to learn.
The thing, speaking from an artist perspective, a lot of things come out from doing music, as far as like budget wise.
Yeah.
So like, a lot of people don't understand this, but I'm gonna run it down. You gotta pay a photographer to do the photos. You got
Who's paying? Please pay me.
If they want to do it right, because a lot of people are using selfies and something that homeboy took with their phone. That's not the right way of doing a professional photo. Like, you need to have something professional, because people will take you a whole lot more serious if you have professional work.
Yep, this is very true because
Because like I just had 8x10 that I autographed for people, and when I showed them the picture, they was like, "Wow, okay, I'll give you the $10." You know, and it was like before, if I probably went with a selfie, they probably, nah, I'm good. You should give me that for free. That's what they would say. You should give me that for free.
right.
Because I'm your fan.
But you know, and that's why I said that it's always been that way. I was telling people way back when I first came in the scene, I didn't claim to know anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I did study business a little bit in college. Studied business when I was in Job Corps. So I pay attention. And I would tell them, you need to copyright your music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how to do it. The internet, but you know, this was in 2008 when I was coming to show, when I first came to shows and everything.
Yeah.
We done had the internet for a good what?
Yeah, it's been around for about at least 20 years.
You know, we had the internet for a while because I remember me getting a computer in
Had to be about
99.
About 20 years.
In 99, I got a
At
computer,
least.
and I've had my screen name the same thing since 1999. Yeah. So.
CF Styles said, "Wish I knew about the cancellation. I would have come."
That's my girl. I did her wedding just a couple weeks ago. I was worried about the pictures because I don't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she loved them. And we had so much fun at her reception.
She wants to come on your show.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm going to get her on my show.
Sure, Lisa's going to make it happen.
Yes, I am.
Just hold on to your seat.
Yes, I am.
Because her dates book fast.
Mm-hmm. They book really fast. I wish, because I thought about her too, but I didn't have enough time to go, because I would go and get her and bring her, because it was already 6 o'clock when I got the message, and I was like, okay, where was I at? I think I was at the Eagle on McLean, McLean and Northern Parkway when I got the message. So.
Everybody loves Lisa. She says, "I love you, Lisa."
Oh, I love you too. Not everybody loves me, but you know, it's okay. I'm an acquired taste, I guess. I don't know.
You are acquired taste.
An acquired taste. Like, you know, some people like anchovies on their pizza. Some people don't.
Ah.
You know?
That's a good analogy.
Not for everybody, you know. Some people like tequila and some people don't. So, you know, I personally do like tequila.
I like a little spice in mine. You know, I like a little spice.
You know, so.
A little spunk.
You know, I have my moments. At all, you know, every day, everybody does. But like I said before about people, oh, Lisa, everybody knows you. No, they don't.
That's true.
And then
Kevin just said is true.
What?
Everyone in the business needs to learn about copyright laws.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
It used to be that you could.
I could do it for myself, which I probably could have been did, but I used to always just pay somebody to do it.
Right.
Now I do it myself, and
remember back in the day when you could write everything out, put it in an envelope, and just mail it
they used to say
to
that,
yourself.
But then when I looked into lawyers, they said that didn't work.
That was basically to prove that you actually wrote those words. But you know, I used to tell everybody, y'all learn to copyright your music.
He said that don't work.
It doesn't work anymore. It used to back in the day. That's what I just said.
No, this is reread.
Yeah, I just said that that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
Until they said that it's not that it's not legal, but it's not proof basically anymore. That was like probably about what year is this? Probably about not quite 10 years ago. But when I first came in the scene, that's what, you know, that's
what everybody was doing.
Right. That
when
was,
I first came in.
you know, because that's what people had been doing up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the laws and all changed.
I'm about to offer that service.
I'm telling
I
you,
need some extra dollars.
I do too. I was just thinking about what I could do to make some money.
You need your song copywritten, call Jay McGraw. Or Lisa.
I ain't copywriting shit. Even though I do have a website up here. Look, it's right here. It's called it's Copyright United States Copyright Office. I have it right on here. It's been on my bookmark forever. Man, my son better leave me alone.
Yeah, this person, Kevin says you actually copyright when you start and finish. You want to file paperwork when you're about to get sued to cover yourself.
Well, you shouldn't be getting sued, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't like that. So I tried to do everything right the first time.
Yeah.
Because one thing I learned about in the music industry is when you got backtrack, it's like the project is already out and trying to backtrack, it's like hard. It's like the hardest thing you can do. Because it's like you're worried about everything else up front. Because like, all right, you put the music out, so now you're looking at the marketing of it. Like,
right.
well, how am I get this out to the people? So once you get hit with, we never talked about this. We never talked about that. Now it's like you got to backtrack all of that steps, go back. Did you do the copyright? No, I didn't do the copyrights either. Oh man, we in trouble here.
Right.
So I tried not to. Like I said, I learned my lesson in that field. I won't never let that happen again. Never.
Well, I mean,
I'm not hopping in the studio with you until we write something physically on these split sheets. If you ain't got no split sheets with you, we ain't working.
well, I mean, like I said, a lot of
Not
people.
unless you're in my circle of closeness.
Well, a lot of these artists and rappers, because to me there are two totally different things.
Yes.
They, especially the younger ones, because they just want to rap and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't think about, like I said, the business part of everything.
Yeah.
They just don't think about it, and then they don't have anybody around them to coach them.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes when you're trying to coach them, they don't want to listen.
This is true.
I've coached a lot of people,
And that's the reason why I won't be nobody's manager. Now,
one thing I asked to do.
Bruno and Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, not even Jay, but Hayes. Apparently, I'm supposed to be their manager. I don't know how that's possible when I tell him 50,000 times a year that I'm not the manager.
Right.
Yes, you are. No, I'm not. But it's because a lot of times, like when they need something, like they want me to grab a beat off of YouTube that they want to do or whatever. Or,
be careful with that, artist, because
yes.
as this guy was just saying, also learn to clear all samples.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what, you don't clear them samples, you upload them to put them on the streaming site. You go to get your royalties from that, and you will see right across the bottom, right on there, that somebody else got their money first.
Yeah, because they get theirs off the top.
Right. And see, Chris Brown can afford that, or whoever his producers are can afford that, because his last album Indigo had so
many samples in there.
I mean, it was a great album. I love it.
They're
But
like the best ones, but it's like
I mean, think about it. Where did hip hop start at?
But it did.
It started out with samples. So then.
But the one thing I wanted to ask you, because I asked the producer this on the show, Baltimore Flavor Radio, who do you feel should be responsible for clearing samples? The producer or the artist?
Producer. He made the beat.
That's what I think. Because like a lot of producers don't feel as though they have to, because they created the art.
Are they selling the beat?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
It's their responsibility.
Yeah, I definitely think producers should be responsible for clearing tracks. That's my take.
Okay.
Kevin said the artist. Everybody says the artist, but I don't feel that you put too much pressure on the artist already with all these high price producers out there. So now you want them to pay $1,500 for a track, and then now they got to clear it. That's another. No, that's
Okay.
too much.
You make T-shirts.
Yeah.
You make a T-shirt that's got a Disney character on it. Disney finds out about it and gets you for copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
I bought one of those shirts. Do I have to pay that fine? Because
No.
I bought the shirt? No.
No,
You do
you
because
have to produce it.
you create it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying,
At least you got excited.
no, my phone did.
But yeah, I always thought that the producer was too. That's why when I do contracts, I tell them, like, you gotta clear that. Or I don't want it. I don't want samples in my tracks.
Well, I mean,
Or you gonna have to pay for that. Because I'm not paying for it.
right. I mean, because it's, like I said, the producer is the creator.
He said the producer may be cleared for using it, but the artist is responsible when it's in their hands. Not necessarily. I don't agree with that. If you cleared it,
Yeah.
the whole thing should be cleared because it's just a beat. The only thing an artist is putting to it is lyrics.
Right.
But if you got permission to use it, that's called cleared to me. When
Right.
you get permission to use it.
And who was it I was having this conversation with? You attempt to clear a sample through the record company or whoever owns it. You contact them through email. You don't hear anything back, you try to contact them again. You don't hear anything back, you go ahead and you use it because you tried to contact them to get it cleared.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get their money regardless. Like I said, when that royalty check comes in,
Yeah.
it's going to have their cut out of it.
Off the top.
So that's why I say, that's why I use the analogy of like Disney characters, because how many times have you gone to like, you've seen people that, perfect example, Harvey Dent has his shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore versus all y'all whores.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody actually
They copied the shirt.
yeah. So if that was copywritten, I'm not sure if he did have it copywritten or he doesn't.
Probably did.
I bet he probably will now. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
A lot of times people don't follow the steps off the break because they trying to get traction on it. And then once they get traction, they usually hurry up and do whatever they're supposed to. But like for me, like I said, I put that in my contracts. I'm not gonna give me something that is samples and then I gotta worry about it.
right.
You created that.
Right.
The only thing I heard was like, I like it. Let me write something to it. But I didn't create the track.
Right. And that's my point. That's why I say that it's not my responsibility. If that's the case, then you're not going to be able to sell very many beats because who's going to want to deal with that?
Yeah.
So just like leasing beats
Mm-hmm.
and actually buying the beat, I have a hard time with people who mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. They can't sell them. You can't sell a mixtape.
No. Or you're not supposed to.
Right.
You should say that.
So, what's the point? I understand doing a mixtape to get your name out there, to get your feel for things or whatever. But at some point, you need to be able to buy original beats.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many people out here that are making beats.
Way too many. There used to be a lot more rappers than producers. Nowadays, there's a lot of both.
Right. So,
Producers saying that they can make some money, so now there's a bunch of them that's doing it.
I mean, and that's with anything. Like, okay, when I was going to shows, I'd look around. There'd be nobody with cameras. Miss Sonia would be there.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy. She'd be there with her little video camera that she had, a little tiny thing,
Yep.
and she's recording stuff. J5.
J5, J Fizzle,
He'd be there taking a few pictures or whatnot.
Amplified.
And he'd be doing it. Well, he'd be doing videos most of the time. You know, depending on what event it was. Mastermind. I met him at the iVote thing at Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
But there was nobody taking pictures like I do from the beginning to the end.
No.
I remember I was at 5 Seasons one night. I'm taking pictures. And I happen just like, I always have these moments where it's like somebody taps me on my shoulder and goes, look over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I, you know, and I looked over, it was like 2 or 3 people with these big cameras with a big flash and I'm like, okay, where'd you all come from? Then when I find out who they are,
they arrogant and cocky.
Well, that and they had a couple pictures posted up. That's it.
That's all they did.
I said, oh, compared to my 300 and 400 at that time. Okay. And I don't mean
the crazy thing that I didn't know is for a photographer is different as far as copyrights. Like if you took the picture and you put your name on it, it's copyrighted. So like if somebody take that picture and try to go print it off at like Walmart, they'll tell you you gotta get a release from whoever took the picture.
Yeah.
Cause I got that call several times. They were like, yeah, picture.
Well,
is this your picture? Yes, I took it. Okay. Do they have permission to use it? Yes.
Well, what I did a couple of times that people actually bought the pictures from me is I had a release that was on the actual like disc that I gave them that states they have permission to use those pictures.
Okay.
But way back when, I put my photos by Lisa127 on there, and I put my MySpace across the bottom, and I noticed people kept cropping them off.
That grinds my gears.
They would crop it off.
Like, do you know how long this took me to do?
Yeah, because back then it wasn't no easy process to be able to put that on every single picture that you're posting.
You realize I just went through about 500 of your photos just to get the perfect 10, and you want to snatch it?
Yep. Bless you.
Crop it, thank you.
So
and crop it.
Then that's when I think I made my first logo.
And you with the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made my first logo.
How do you like your sweatshirt?
I love my
I went
sweatshirt.
to pick it up. I was like, I hope she got it out of the room. I look.
Oh yeah, Antoine gave it to me last week.
Yeah.
I love it. I haven't worn it yet because it hasn't really been cold enough to
Right.
wear it. But it's awesome because Daryl is awesome.
Yeah. He put the two-tone on that for you. He was
I
like,
love-
yo, you might like what I did with Lisa's shirt. I'm like, why you do that to my shirt? Yo, you might like what I did to Lisa's shirt. Just check it out.
Look.
The phone, see, the phone was disappointed too. Like, how you gonna do that? He gave me a regular plain shirt with the logo on it. I was like,
Yeah.
I bet you want to do some creative stuff in mine too.
So I'm trying to work it out now to where I can actually sell my shirts.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to put it on this other thing. Hopefully this will work better. But yeah, I'm gonna
And Antoine's back. The event must be over.
right.
Antoine, by the way, since you're here, join the party of being interviewed by Lisa.
Don't see those.
He had an emergency. He hit me. He had an emergency, so yeah. I'm trying to rig this up because my thing is.
You rig every week.
That's because that's what I do.
My keys.
He used to put this stuff in the car, but there we go.
So
But yeah, that's like I said. I made my logo. Then I started the watermark right through the middle.
yeah.
And people are like, why you put that right through my face? That's where I'm sorry. That's
Now
where I
everybody
went.
want it.
Yeah, because Steve, I
You
sent,
put that on my picture, that means it ain't stamped.
and like Steve, I had sent him a couple pictures that I had taken of him that I thought were really good shots. He was like, was kind of a little disappointed because didn't have your watermark or your logo on it. What? He was like, it kind of makes it official. But we went to Houston. When did we go? Earlier this year. And I got to meet Highway Yella, who is signed to Swisher House. Mm-hmm. And I took pictures at his album release party. And then when I posted them up and everything, he was sharing them. Because he talked about how can I get these pictures. And DZ wife, my sister Mimi, was like, oh, you have to pay for them. Mimi was not playing. She don't play any games. Get your money, Lisa. Get your money. But I had posted them up with the logo and the watermark. And he reposted them. And my Baltimore Paparazzi name is right there in the picture. So that's free promotion for me. Yeah. You know, and, you know, a lot of people like, you know, it's, you know, if you ain't got, that's another thing I don't like. Oh, if you ain't got a picture by Lisa, you ain't nobody in this city. I'm like, oh my God, will y'all please stop saying that?
That's true.
You know?
I fought for that picture for years.
You got plenty of them. Like
I remember when I got my first spot on your first mixtape.
Oh yeah.
The joy that I felt when I got it. You was like, yeah, you're gonna be on a mixtape.
You was actually on there a couple times.
Cashmere likes your song. I was like, what song? You was like, oh my grind. Yes.
Yeah, there was a couple songs that you were on that was on there. I need to I had stopped. When I was doing it before, what I was doing was I was going to take everybody's song, one song from everybody.
What was the last volume you was on? 3 or 4?
4? 3, 4. I think I was on 3. I was going to do 4.
Okay.
I just got to go back in my emails and pull everybody's because I want to go back to where I left off at. I was going to take every interview that I had and take one song from each person and put it on there.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Because it's in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a dope idea.
You know, and then it's there.
Yeah.
You know, what kills me is like a lot of people, they don't share like the stuff that they're on, and they don't realize, like, just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to get your name out there as well.
Yes, indeed. True.
It takes a village. It really does.
It does.
So, you know, I do.
People talk about me, and I still ain't out there yet. So it's like I need a couple more people to talk about me. So,
but with me,
if you're watching, please say Jay McGraw to one of your friends and see if they know me or they'll check for me or something.
Oh, I know that nobody in my family is going to be watching this or any of this, but I still want to put it out in the universe. My little cousin is getting married. Well, he's gotten married today. And
wow, yay.
Yes.
Did you take pictures at the wedding?
No, I didn't get to go because I've been here.
You could have canceled me.
It wasn't canceling you.
I still love you.
It wouldn't been canceling you. He was he hit me the other day. Was like, cuz you still gonna be able to come? I seen you at you got something going on. I was like, I'm sorry. I've made the
flyer.
Well, no, I made the booking. I booked it, not thinking what the date was.
Okay.
So, look, here she comes. She only come to get her damn headphones.
That's that show coming in Vegas.
In mine. How did you just pull up on me like that?
Because that's what she
does.
does.
Birthday too. You ain't seen a birthday.
She girl.
She mad at me.
Goddamn going right.
She did headphones. They was laying right in the back seat, right where you left them.
Hi everybody.
Portland's just invaded my station, y'all.
You got that
Told me, she mad at me. You can't be mad at Jay McGraw. Never in your life.
Can I be pissed?
You better watch it, cause after the conversation we had last week, yeah, I'm afraid of her.
She sounded like she sounded like my girlfriend or something. The way she just was like,
Enough, you.
What you do to her, Jay?
you didn't say that on my live last night.
Now you see what I'm trying to be nice. People want to bring out the other side. Oh, and you hold up. You had snacks. I didn't get no snacks.
These are I bought them.
Those are her snacks. They're not mine.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Her phone.
Who is this?
I can get snacks.
But see, she left the hour in.
I'm a fill-in.
He a feeling because I had to cancel. Well, I didn't have to cancel, but he.
So have a seat. You can join the conversation.
Oh, well, God darn it, I might as well. Hello, everybody. God darn it, I'm
Hold on, let me turn your mic on.
Turn the mic on.
Turn me up in the headphones, B.
Turn me up.
There you go. You know.
Turn me up.
Can you hear yourself?
Can I hear myself?
Yeah.
I hear that.
Well, whoever it is.
That's your phone.
Y'all know y'all hear my thing? Yeah.
Ain't she crazy?
Yeah, she is. She's something else.
Something.
She's trying to make up for having to leave. She left.
for you?
No,
Yeah.
let me tell you what happened.
Oh.
What had happened was.
I was pissed. Pissed ain't the word. Oh.
I thought she was just checking. She was leaving out because her friend was like, "We gotta go," and I said, "Okay."
She made it a big deal. Let me tell y'all. She made it a big deal about taking me up for my birthday.
Right.
Now, first of all, I'm like, yo, you knew where I was at because you was watching my goddamn going live. Let's just get that out the way. You was watching my goddamn going live. I get all of this, and so you just gonna bust in like that. You got attitude, this and that. No, because the place closed at 11, and you know you don't have too many friends. Da, 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 da. Like, hold up, chill, you're not even my friend. But don't give titles. Let's not give titles where they're not meant to be. You know, I didn't marry you doing that title. You know, I didn't say I do to that. So moving on. We get all the way to Virginia, right?
Good God, they went all the way to Virginia.
This is down.
We get to the spot. So I'm sitting there. So the first thing that kicked me off because she was like, "Oh well, I'm not paying for the birthday, this and that." But you said you were taking me out for my birthday. So the guy, he was there. You know, he was, broken wrist. Shout out to Trey. So
Broken wrist.
yeah, I'll speak that later. So I get there. So he was like, "Oh, it's your birthday, boo." I said, "It sure is." So me thinking, my bestie over there, that one song is a hit. They was like, "Well, you can play any song that you want, and we bring out the rules." So I said, "Oh, okay, play this." Everybody got up, danced, and look, he was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's my bestie. We don't do nothing big. Check it out. We don't do nothing big." So they was like, so when he came on, and they was like, "It's your birthday." So that's me. So the girl was like, "Hold on, how can you just come in?" Because we run stuff in Baltimore. Holla at it. But by the way, did you download that? Give me your phone. Download it. So everybody there downloaded it. So the old lady, she was like, "Ooh, I might break a hip. Is he cute?" So I saw the picture. So he was like, "I want that. I'm coming to Baltimore to get it."
I had to be a cougar, right?
What grandma want, grandma gonna get. So I was like, "Oh, so Jay, if an old lady come up, name is Shirley, coming for you." Just...
Oh, and her name is Shirley.
Cougars love.
Is it Big Shirley?
Oh no, she nice. She was like she do her Pilates. I wasn't messing with grandma. I just wasn't. So she was like, so the little boy, he was like, "Oh, so you switch?" I said, "No, honey, this is what life has. I had to tuck in my emotions. That's where the stomach come in. That's just my emotions from life." Okay. He was like, "Huh?" I was like, "You'll learn that when you get older." So if you get a girlfriend, she has a little stomach and she has to tuck it in, that's all the emotions, all the stress you give her. That's all. She was like, "I'm not going to stress my girlfriend out because I don't want her to have no stomach." That's my man. So that was mine.
So
But see, I promoted you in Virginia.
I promote you. I just said that. I share your stuff.
I know, high five.
High five. Oh yeah. High five.
We got church in the morning.
We got church in the morning.
We still gotta get those shirts.
Yeah, we still gotta do a late night vibes. We ain't doing like.
Can I do a topic real quick?
What you want to talk about?
Alright, so this been running on my mind for the last 3 days. Is it okay for you to express yourself on live, but get mad when people comment?
They've been doing that since social media's been
And the reason
alive.
why I asked because I'm in this group. Whoever put me in this group, Baltimore Connect.
Oh my God.
And I watched the lives because I'm like, okay, they're funny half the time, but some people really be going through it.
Mm-hmm.
So one girl, she was like, she had no teeth at the top. Her hair was a mess. The house was a mess. So everybody was like, you look like this, and that. So she was like, yes, I do, and I love it, this, and that, and that. So do that play a part of bullying when you on somebody else's live and you talk about them? Because I'm like, in a sense, that is a sense of bullying, because if you just constantly watching somebody live just to say
They're
negative
trolls.
stuff,
People troll.
right?
People
So
troll.
I was like, is that a form of bullying? Are we too old for that now? Like,
Well, I mean, I like to joke, I like to play, I like to laugh, all that.
Yeah.
But sometimes things are not a joking, laughing matter.
exactly.
Now, for me, when I post something up, and a lot of times I already know. Like the other day, I was really going through it. This is a hard time for me because my brother's birthday is tomorrow. He passed away in 2009. And then it's my daughter's birthday the next day. And then the 19th is my husband's birthday. He's been gone since 05. So it's like a roller coaster.
Right. Up and
So
down.
I get very emotional, and I don't even realize it because I don't see the dates or whatever. I don't realize it, and I'll be just going through some emotions, and then add on the stress and drama of not being in a relationship, but you really feel like you're in a relationship, but
Right.
all that stuff. So the other day I made a post, and I'm like, and I don't want nobody's advice. I have to why do I have to put a disclaimer? People come on, people put stuff, I put stuff out there, and then people come on there and they're saying this, that, and the third.
Right.
Okay, for one, I'm not going to tell you mind your business, because guess what? I put it out there.
Right.
I wrote it. So if people comment, then guess what? I ain't got nobody to blame but myself.
Right.
Now, I have a friend of mine who was going through some stuff because he lost a parent, and he just made a status about something. It was just something very heartfelt.
Right.
Somebody come on there because he always wants to. He's a kind of a bully, but kind of a bully, kind of a troll kind of thing, and thinks everything's a joke. And he thinks that he can say kind of mean things, and whatever, I don't care. Okay,
Right.
well then,
Kick him in the knees next.
Right.
but and I get mad because that's my friend,
Right.
and I know where he was going with the post, and he was hurting because he was missing his parent. It doesn't matter. This dude over here that's running his mouth and everything, he's a friend of mine, but I keep him at an arm's length because he takes things too far. You have both of your parents, sir.
So you don't understand that pain.
Right. So you coming in and thinking that you're funny and trying to get ha-has and likes and laughs, because it's almost like being in freaking elementary school, not even middle school,
Right,
elementary school,
Yep.
and dealing with, that mentality of saying something to try to get everybody, like a class clown.
Right.
And that's, and so that kind of stuff, people go in there and they're going to say whatever because they are behind the screen of a computer or a phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people that I feel like social media is the cause of a lot of violence that's going on right now.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
My 13-year-old.
Because people talk all this trash, and then when you find them on the street, it ain't the same trash talk.
Exactly.
They don't have that
Not
same
unless they're
energy.
in front of somebody like a group of people.
They don't have that same energy. And that's like I said, the person that I am online is the person that I am out here.
Yeah.
But a lot of times that person that's online is a lot nicer than the one that's not online. Because, I get accused all the time of, I say mean and hurtful things. I don't mean to be mean and hurtful. I'm just very truthful. And I got told, oh, you don't like it when the truth's pointed back at you. Nobody likes it when the truth is pointed back at them. But at the same time, like if we're having a discussion and you say some things that I don't like, I'm gonna keep them right in here, and then later on I'm gonna think about it because I'm an overthinker.
Me too.
I overthink everything, so I'm gonna think about it. Right now I'm dealing with somebody who tells me, "Oh, you think you're never wrong. You never say that when you're wrong and you're wrong." I said, "Because you're always telling me I'm wrong. How can you tell me that I'm wrong because this is how I feel or this is how I think? I'm not telling you that you're wrong for feeling that way, and I'm not telling you that you're wrong for thinking that way. I'm actually sitting here wondering, why does he think that way? What is it that's happened in his life that makes him think that this is okay?" That's what I'm thinking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not verbalizing it to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a very open-minded person when it comes to anything,
Yeah,
So,
a lot of people just don't get it.
like I don't engage on social media like I used to. Because my thing back on MySpace days was, I'm on Poplar Grove. I would give them my address. 2838 Winchester Street. Meet me there.
Do that. That's what stop doing it.
But then I had to stop and think, why am I even engaging this person who's sitting behind a screen? That's ridiculous. That's why I just started saying, "See you when I see you."
And you might give a potential crazy person your information.
Right.
I've had a stalker since 2004.
It's not even that. These guys out here. These guys are bold these days. Calling your phone, you on Facebook, and they doing something crazy when you answer the phone. And I've heard these from women. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to answer the phone, and this man got his thing in his hand.
Oh, I had that on a Marco Polo video. It was a friend of mine, and I guess he thought that it was still cool to do that kind of stuff. Because, that's some kind of stuff that you do when you was, back in the day, and you was flirting and everything. We was actually dealing with each other. No, we was dealing with each other.
Yeah,
we was dealing with each other. So that was kind of our flirting, that was his flirting thing, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it's nothing like sitting in the laundromat with your son.
Right, in that pot.
And the Marco Polo message pot. I thought it was just him saying, "Hey, how you doing?"
So you attacked
And my son had just gotten up to walk outside, and I said, "Oh, did anybody else see that?" And I felt like I was scarred, like You know what I mean? Like, that's some kind of unprovoked. That's like,
I woke him like, okay, well, what is this? Tap on it. What the? Why did you send me this? It's like somebody giving somebody oral. Like, why would you send me this?
Yeah. People like.
But then say, "Oops, my bad. I didn't mean to send you that."
Yes, you did. I got that from somebody in my Instagram. They sent me something. It wasn't dirty or anything, but it was like a something. Some other little meme or something. And I hadn't talked to this person in a while since the last time. Like, it had been like probably about a week or so. Because the conversation started going to the left, so I just stopped talking. Right. I said what I said, and I was done talking. I didn't want it to escalate any further. Because I hate text messages.
Right, me too.
And
but I got a lot to say.
But then turn around, I got sent this meme. I got they over there doing
You trying to bribe me with a pen. You know
right.
that's my weakness.
But he was is that your pen?
No, he is just tormenting me. He know I love the pen. It's the only way you can get on my good side again is with the pen.
Oh. Especially if it writes nice.
I'm about to do that right now.
Look, I go into places and they'll be like, you got to sign, and I'll be like, ooh,
I
yes.
like going to the doctors.
But yeah, so he had sent me this meme, and I said something back. He was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to send that to you. Your name and my brother's name is right there." Okay.
Nah, you meant to send it. When you hit that send button and get out of it, you knew that it's sent.
So, that
you click the picture with intentions to send it.
Right. So I just let that go. I let that, that reason, I'm not going to say excuse, but that reason pass by. But the internet just gives people a false sense of security. That's why I said I got into it with somebody on a post in a group, and we were all joking. We were all joking. Was that her phone?
That's mine.
We were all joking, and then he said something, and him and I don't have conversation. If like we're all right here, and like Antoine, I know who Antoine is, but I've never spoken to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he, when he's in our presence, he doesn't speak, he doesn't say hi, he doesn't say anything to me, but then gets on a post and wants to try and kid and joke with me. No. I said, and it wasn't even funny. He's like, I'll hold the camera over your head and you won't be able to reach it. And I said, you don't speak to me and you don't joke with me face to face. Don't do it on social media.
Exactly. Don't be phony.
So he said something else, and I said, see you when I see you. And then the next thing you know, people are in his inbox telling him to apologize to me because they know the next time that I see him at an event, I'm going to approach him. And they didn't want that to happen. I don't like messing up. I won't mess up anybody's event.
Exactly.
Kept you outside though. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
She told me that.
Yep.
I know I had one.
Because I had booked somebody. She almost was booked on the same interview with somebody else.
I said I wouldn't have messed stuff up.
I didn't want that type of energy, and she said, "Oh no, I would have been professional." But when I got outside, that's a whole different story.
Yup.
I don't know, I had an incident like that when one of the girls, she was going through something as far as domestic violence. And me, I could have easily said, okay, you put that out there, sis. You knew what you're getting. Don't get mad. So she had put up a comment, was like, dang, I wish I had some friends to hang out. So me being the person I am, I'm a joke with you to get you out of that, that, because when anybody been around me, they never had no weird energy like, oh, Paul, this is really a downer. You know what I'm saying? It's never that. We always can laugh, joke. Even when I'm mad, you will never know unless I'm really sure.
Right.
So I had posted up, I was like, dang, we only hung out once. I guess I'm not that cool with the sad face. I'm thinking that's going to, she's going to laugh.
Right.
I'm thinking about the time we went out. So she's going to say, sis, hold up. This.
Well, that's my point about when you text people, because I can be in a bad mood or being sad about something or whatever, and you might say something, but when I'm reading it in that mentality, I might think that you're coming at me that way, but it's not really. Right. That's why I say text messages and these comments and stuff don't have any emotions.
Right.
That's why they have emojis. Well, so you could try. Yeah, but she probably thought that you were being.
So when I had went back, she was like, and I said, wait a minute. She was like, we only went out once and this and that, this and that. I said, hold up, pause. I only said that because you was going through something. I was thinking about when we had went to that daggone firehouse, and there was a whole bunch of men, and me and you looking at each other like, what are we going to do with these grandfathers? Because when
Find you a
I
sugar
had met
daddy.
her, I was driving. So, she was like, hey, you want to go out? So, me, I'm like, yeah, let's go out. So she was like, all right, we got to go out right to town. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we went out there. So as we walking up, the whole vibe was like, we too young to be here. We're too young. So then I lied to you not. This dude had the jerry curl with the hat, with the yellow, bumblebee color suit with the cane. He came in, he said, well, I see some foxy ones tonight. Oh, I think I need to go back in.
He didn't use foxy. Oh my gosh.
So me and her, we looking at each other. I'm like, where did you take her? She was like, I'm looking for my homegirl, and I don't see where the heck she is at. I said, okay, she got it. So we going in there. So the old guy, he had on a red suit, fire red. I was like, oh my God. So he was like, I like them little. I'm like, I like them young. So.
Yo, that's about as bad. You missed the story from last week about the McDonald's.
Oh, let me tell you.
Or the crackheads.
Let me tell you. It was two crackheads walking down. Well, they was fucking. I'm walking down the street. I'm in my zone. So she's like, you want my man? Not paying no mind. So I'm like, she ain't talking to me. So she said it again. So I was like, sis. He's like, he had ticks and everything on him. I don't want him. Clean him up first. She said, ooh, You really mad? I said, yes, I'm mad. Continue on walking. So the fat girl side of me was like, all right, we got 15 minutes before showtime, and we can eat 5 nuggets and a half, and we can still make it. What we gonna do? So the dude was like, hey, ma, still not paying because I was paying you young. So it's like, can you get me a 20 piece? Oh no, I just started today. I ain't got rank. I said, you don't even got rank on the fries? What am I gonna do with you? You had potential to give me nothing, not even a broken down ice cream from the machine. Like, you can't do nothing for me. I'm like, no, I'm good.
She had a very eventful walk here
Right.
from the bus stop.
She always got a story.
Man, let me tell you, I love him. When EXO used to post up his bus stop chronicles, because stuff was always happening to him on the bus stop.
Yeah.
You know, and I know for a fact EXO be just minding his business with his headphones, and he just be minding his business, and just stuff happens.
No, you gotta see us when me and him are together. Like when we had did the video for Flowing Waters, and we was all walking. So I'm like, I hate being a girl. You gotta do this. You gotta do something. I'm dressing like a girl for certain occasions and stuff because of that one over there. that one.
Where you pointing at?
Jay McGraw. He know who I'm pointing at. That one. So I had on this pretty. You seen the video, right? Y'all seen the video. I don't need the details. Don't go watch it. It's on YouTube.
No,
So,
I didn't see the video. What was it again?
Flowing Waters. Don't pay with me. Flowing Waters.
What you had on it?
I had on this blue dress. Well, it was kind of like striped, and then I had on the little blue heels to match it, and my hair was all done up like a little ponytail or whatever. So we goes in 7-Eleven. So the dude, they just like staring at them, and I'm saying, excuse me, hey, how you doing? Nothing. So the dude was like, wow, you got a man? I was like, yes, I'm right here. He was like, you a lucky SOB. She is beautiful. I was like, all right, stop looking. So then out of nowhere, the dude was like, you want me help you put mustard on your hot dog? Exo said, yo, say something else. Say something else to the mask is coming out. I said, I got. Then when we get outside, I said, why do you say that? He could have got me my own 7-Eleven. You know what they do? They come over here and get changed. You messed that up. You know I'm fat and hungry. So then EXO was like, you think it's too late? I was like, I don't know. I'm going to try it next week to see if you're still there because we're scared right now. He
said you're going to bring out the mask.
Man, I have so many, there's so many, different stories over the years of shows, people, everything. It's just, something will trigger it, and I'll just start laughing. Mm-hmm. Like I said, her being here, and I'm like, yeah, she's got to tell that story about them crackheads and that boy at McDonald's. Because didn't he say something about he like midgets or something?
Yeah, that's what,
she was like, I'm not a midget.
Yeah,
right.
Don't like that.
Do not use the N-word with me. We don't like it. So I came up with STW. And I went to, what's that store, that male store that sells suits downtown? Baker something, Joseph Baker, whatever. So I went in there, something like that. So I went in there looking for a suit. So the older guy, we were sitting there, we were talking, so I was like, I need a suit for me. So the young guy, he was like, all right, fat, no problem. So I said, this is the first time you ever measured an STW? But he was like, what's that? So the old guy started laughing. He was like, she ready to say something. So I said, a short, thick woman. So the guy was like, oh my God. So he just left. So the guy was like, see what you did to my work today? You're going to be all messed up. So every time he would come back over, it's like another guy would come to see what we was doing, and another guy was coming. I was like, yeah, this is being nosy. So when I got over to the custom part, so I was feeling, so the dude was like, you got style. I was like, yeah.
What, I'm not supposed to have style?
STW.
Right. So the dude was like, so what is it exactly? I said, it's self-explanatory, a short, thick woman. I said, but I'm the best of them though, so don't try to get me because I'm off the market. He was like, so you're not single? I said, no, I'm single, I'm just off the market. Don't try to talk to me. Flat out. Unless you want to give me a discount on your suits, and, you can get half my number.
You gonna give him half the number, you gotta figure out the rest of it?
Yeah, I might have amnesia afterwards. So, yeah. I don't know. I have 36 personalities living in my head. I don't know who's going to come up. I don't know. I really don't know.
Man, I've got 3 personalities, 3 distinct personalities.
I have
He
36.
said had about 12.
I have 36.
Nuh-uh.
36. Half don't want to give you big because they don't pay rent on time. But I'm just saying, I don't know. But I think with Facebook, whenever they say what's on your mind, I think you're supposed to talk to Facebook. You're supposed to have an intimate conversation. But no, everybody want to just bogart in the conversation. I'm going to do a Netflix movie.
That was just a general message.
You going to be in my Netflix movie?
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I had big dreams. I'm dead serious.
What do we play?
You gonna play a nice guy because you always playing the bad guy, so you gonna play a nice guy.
They put me as a bad guy.
So you
Really?
gonna be a
And
nice guy.
I can't see you as a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy. I done got killed.
He even died nice. Like, how do you die nice? Like,
When did I die next to
what was that movie?
I feel like both of my deaths were like dramatic.
I thought you was real nice. Bro.
Did you?
No,
He was
like,
real nice.
The first
like,
one I was
don't
coming
know.
off the the second one I was coming off the elevator
Yep.
and I got shot, which I went down. Doosh.
But it was real nice though. You was like, you went down nice. He's like, you want to say thank you, have a nice day. Like that's how he looked at me. I don't know. Like he even dies nice. Like
I just can't. Like I don't know. There's just like certain people that I can't see in certain certain roles. Like okay, Bomb. Some of his videos are to me are almost like movies because they tell us tell a story like his music.
Mm-hmm.
But see, me knowing Bomb personally, I couldn't see him being in like a romantic comedy, like being I couldn't see him in something like that. Now being like in Scarface, a remake of Scarface or something like that whole gangster, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
he played that part.
God damn it, this thing! I've got to get a new stand.
I think a lot of people, haven't quite figured me out yet.
Why you say that?
Because it's like certain roles, they be like, okay, that's it. That's it. I can do more with that, but that's it. So, but when you just start, you can still feeling your way out, so you can do any role you can get.
Right.
But like once you get known and people know who you are, I think you'd be very selective. Nah, that ain't me.
Well, I mean, and that's I think that's why like actors kind of get into those roles that
that's one dimensional sometimes.
basically, yeah, you know what I mean? Like they keep playing the same kind of character.
Right. All my characters are 3-dimensional in my book. Like that's how I try to write my character, unless it's something.
Am I in a Christmas play?
If you want to be.
Oh, is it a Christmas play?
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on a Christmas play.
I thought you was going with somebody else though, because the lady said when we was at the show for Billy Live that you're always in there.
Oh no, we didn't talk about
Keisha?
that.
I think I know.
Oh, the light skin one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my homegirl. I thought you were talking about somebody else. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm on the warpath now.
What? Are you still pissed?
Huh?
Are you still pissed?
Oh yeah, I'm still pissed. No, not with you.
Oh.
Not with you. I'm just pissed at the whole, my whole week been like crap. Like, the whole, not a day in between I didn't get a break.
Take her to McDonald's, give her some chicken and nuggets.
That'll work. Oh, you really don't say that online.
We got it on YouTube.
Right.
We got it on live.
So here's that you're gonna take me for nuggets. Hurry up, 9 o'clock. Let's go.
Yeah, we on Burger King.
They're like $1.49.
I don't care.
$1.49 for the nuggets.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been meeting a lot of people off of Instagram that's really, really cool. And I did not know, once I changed my appearance, how many people really notice me. And it's scary. It's in a good way. So one of them said, oh my God, I just love your poetry. Everything you say, I've been through it.
So you thanking me? Is that what you
I am thanking you. I am thanking you. I'm glad that you had that big brother, little sister talk that told me to get my stuff together. So I appreciate it.
I'm going to have
Thank
another
you.
talk with you tonight.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
She looked right in my phone camera and went, oh, Lord Jesus.
I don't like my conversations.
But it be truthful, though. It be needed, though.
Like I said, you hear stuff and then you kind of store it. Right then and there, you be like, I don't want to hear this crap. But then it'll be in your head.
Open.
Then it'll be in your head and you be like, oh, damn. You
Whatever
know
it
what?
is that can help me, I'm all for it. I had a talk with my mother yesterday. And she says, you know what your problem is? You're not forceful enough. With the thing you need to be forceful.
I'm going to say she's not.
I'm about to say.
she cleared it up with the things that that you need to be.
I'm about to say, she's forceful as I don't know what.
Right.
It's been...
When are we going to do another late night vibes? I
Right.
don't know. I'll be busy.
Right.
Well,
I'm
you
about
need
to
to
open
find
that
a
page.
date.
Right, I'm about to open up that page because we getting emails too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's only two emails, but that's a lot for us. So yeah, somebody
Yeah, it
knows
is.
them. Yeah, they missed us. They want us to do a Find My Love for Valentine's Day. I'm like, y'all
We
make
said we was
requests
doing
all
it.
the time. Right.
We're waiting for Studio 23 to open up.
Right. Oh, I told you I still got that free, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to use that.
That's my son.
For
Darrell Page and Tay have claimed me as their mother.
well, tell them to get that stuff together. and hurry
They're
up.
working on it. They are working on
They
it.
launching December 1st.
Yeah,
I
they're working.
have the greatest ideas that I'll tell you offline tonight because somebody tried to steal DNA in California.
Nah.
Real talk. I got an email from a publishing company stating that I owe them $455 for marketing. So I quickly called him like, what are you talking about? Well, we just got your manuscript. How, Sway? How? No, you didn't. Well, it's here. I'm like, okay, email it to me. Forward it to me. So it had somebody's name. It was DNA. It was don't never associate it, something stupid like that. I'm like, that is not me. I said, mine is copywritten. And when I find who you are, you're going to have to pay me. Because I get my money. What, Jay? All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
If you with EXO, it's
But yeah, when I got that email, I'm like, so, okay. So people in California like it. So I said, I could send you a book,
Right.
free promotion. I mean, I don't mind going to Cali. Going back to Cali. I ain't never been to Cali a day in my life.
Me either. I want to
Going
go.
back.
It's a song. I'm just saying. Oh, ladies, it is football season. Make sure y'all go check out football. I guarantee y'all will get pregnant and before the halftime. Thank you to me. And no, I do not babysit. I will not take responsibility for it, but go check out football.
I told my friend today, he was talking about something, playing freaking 2K.
There are
And
16 weeks of not being heard or seen. Not to mention the 5 to 6 weeks of unanswered phone calls.
Did you ever forward that to the NFL?
I don't know.
I mean, not the NFL, but I was saying one of the the football games, like Madden.
You know what? That's a good idea. I never thought about that. We need to do that ASAP because somebody in Chicago loves it.
I told you, you're on the wrong ship.
I know. I'm on the right ship. I need to do something ASAP.
Well, when you come over, just know I get mine.
All the time.
But when you were saying about, what football, whatever.
Just tell him you will give him hidden taps without no corn toss needed. No. That's everybody's favorite line. Like I said that, what was it, the 30th of August when I had performed with the band for the first time. The guy was like, oh my gosh. My mother said, yeah, she had the 50 mouth. I said, but my words are clean. Yeah. My mouth may be dirty, but my words are clean, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
She's a character, isn't she?
My 3-year-old niece, she was listening to it because I was rehearsing it or whatever. And she said, Auntie, in one of your poems, you said the word vagina. And I had to think about what poem did I say. I said, oh. She was like, that's not nice because you're advertising that you're cheap and free. And she's 3 years old.
Cheap and free?
I'm like, first of all, you can't be cheap and free at the same time.
Right.
Let's get that out the way. She said, well, you're being something that's not nice, so clean it up. I said, okay. So I have to clean it up. Shout out to Hayden. I know she's in my room right now.
Sounds about like my granddaughter who pops up in my room all the time.
Oh my God, your grandchildren are so adorable. Their face like, yeah, I'm about to get on my nerves today.
That's Tempe is the one. If I didn't post up the video, like I videoed her and she was attacking me, grabbing my face, talking to me. And every time I ask her, like, who are you talking to? She will repeat what she just said. Don't understand nothing that she's saying though.
She's talking.
But she's talking. And yeah, she'll tell Cashmere, she'll be like, go to my mama's room. And if I'm not there, she has full meltdown. It's just crazy.
It's the best.
My daughter was like, yeah, when we move out, she's gonna take it the hardest.
She might put up a protest.
She said and then when she gets to the point of where she gets mad at me, I'll be like, I'm moving to my mom's house. I said she'd be the one. She's gonna be the one that's gonna want to move with me.
That's how my daughter asked me too. She said, Mom, you know you're going into a home. I said I'm gonna be too rich and famous for you to put me anywhere. Let's just get that out the way. You're not gonna be able to put me anywhere because I'm gonna be too rich and famous. She's like, have you ever thought about having another kid? I said, yep, and that thought went out the window once you hit 10. I said, you are 13, and if anything come out of me, the Lord himself will do it.
My daughter was like 16 and my friend was like, he wanted another baby. I closed up shop when my son was born. And then with my husband, got with my husband, he didn't have any children. So I had thought about, giving him a child, but then he got too sick and I was like, I'm going to be raising this baby by myself. So my friend was like, my daughter said, if you ever come in this house and say that you're pregnant, I'll be like, Mommy, come talk to me at the top of these stairs real quick. She said, because it was already bad enough that she was like 12, 13 years old and my godson was living with us. He was a baby and she would have him most of the time.
Right.
And everybody's like, is that your child? She's like, I'm 12 years old.
People ask the craziest questions.
I mean, her friend, like a couple of her friends had babies at like 13, 14. But she was like, I'm 12 years old. Are you crazy? It's my god brother.
Right. Nothing more.
But she was like, I can't see. She said it's because I've seen people that actually have children who are younger than like their grandchildren, and to me it's just too much confusion.
It is.
So I was like, I was like, if it happens, if by the grace of God that happens, okay, and I'm suing somebody.
Exactly. I don't know who.
I'm suing a doctor or something. I don't know who.
Like now that my daughter's older, I always joke with her, and I was like, I'm suing Stant. She's like, well, I said, because I was supposed to go in there for lipo on the tummy tuck, and I came out with a baby, and I'm stuck with you. She was like, Mom, let's get this straight. You was fat before you had me, and you was fat after. Yeah, you definitely need to sue somebody, but Santa is not it. Sue yourself.
So is she like a version of you?
Oh my God, 10 times worse.
That's my daughter.
She's an Aries, so that sign. Like she loves to debate, but the one thing that I can say about her, if she debates with me, she's right. So she's going to be a lawyer.
See, Cashmere's a Gemini, so she got two personalities going on in her. But she, like growing up, like I half time I'd say I can't even be mad because that's me. I can't even be mad because that's me.
You know what they say? It's tough trying to parent the you out of your child.
Yeah. So I just gave up on it. She's my daughter is 24. My son's 21, and I'm blessed enough that they weren't that bad,
Right.
and got into that much trouble. My son got into a little bit of trouble, but there for a while I thought my daughter was going to be the one I was going to have to be bailing out of jail for fighting, because she growing up on Poplar Grove, she didn't fight the girls. She had that one fight. She had that one fight with the girl that made her shoulder come out of socket. We still talk about that. I just talked about that the other day. But she used to fight the boys, and they'd be like, "Come on, Cash, you hit too hard."
That is definitely me.
But I was blessed enough to, they're productive people, and regardless of what anybody says on anything, like my daughter has a job. She helps pay the bills. She takes care of her kids, and she's going to college online. You know what I mean? Like, she's not sitting here just popping out babies and living off of welfare and leaving me with the kids while she goes out and parties. That's one thing she's never done.
Right.
She don't like to go out like that anyway. She doesn't like people.
Right.
So she doesn't, and she takes care of her kids. So
that's all that matters.
Just so, huh?
Take care of the kids. That's it. That's all that matters.
Exactly. It was something up on Facebook. They said if you spoil your child, then you be raising your grandchildren. If you raise your children, then you be spoiling your grandchildren.
And that's exactly what I spoiled my kids too, because it was just me.
Right.
So I would try to make sure that they had things, and we struggled, and my kids know what struggle is. They they know that you don't take things for granted, because therefore my daughter had to take care of me. I almost died. I was in the hospital. I had pneumonia, and I had stopped eating for like a whole month. I didn't eat, so I just about died. I had no proteins, no vitamins, no nothing in my system. So my immune system was completely gone, and that's how the pneumonia came, and I ended up with back-to-back pneumonia. They kept me in the hospital for 4 days, and my daughter held it down with her and her brother. All I kept telling them was, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. My children are at home. I gotta go home.
And they don't be trying to hear that.
Oh, hell no. They were like, you're sick. I was like, I know I'm sick. Well, we gotta get you. Yeah, I understand that. I'm still
get no break.
I'm still dealing with my health as far as that goes, because I stopped eating for a whole month.
Right.
But she's the one who stepped up, and she took care of the household. She took care of her brother, and she was just a child herself.
Right.
So, that's why when I got better, I just I kind of let her go do things. And, she lived her life. But like I said, she was never one to go. She hated the Paradox. She never wanted to go down there.
Oh, my gosh.
She said, because she hated people and she knew she'd end up fighting.
Yep. I used to go down there only because my friends would go down and I would literally sit on the bench where the basketball goal used to be at. And I would sit there and I would just write.
Well, hell, you was at Soundstage with Onyx on stage writing.
Well, you had dope lines coming across your head. You got no choice but to go. I gotta write. He put me in the mood to write. I was going to get up and say, you going to the studio after this? Touch my ball up. You going to the studio? Studio? Then the one dude, the dude, he had on the skinny jeans and they was dirty. And he pissed me off. He was like, yeah, because I'm going to dedicate this rap to the prettiest girl out here. And the other girl, she had on some stripes and polka dots. I don't know what the heck was going on, but yeah, you sis. And when he opened up his mouth, he was like, you the baddest bitch. I said, oh, you lost me. Lord Jesus, where's my earphones? And Brian hates it. He hates it. Like, Brian, this is the talk that we have in the car. After we get all pumped up, if I'm performing, we in the mood. He look at me like, he like the father. Don't you go in there, don't say nothing, don't do nothing. Where's your earphones? I'm like, where's your ink pen? Put it in it now. Drop it. No. I'm like, did he do the whole full package? I'm like, yo, is that shit? Yes, because you embarrassing. You know how many people come to me like, yo, what is she doing? She's not entertained? No, she's not. She's really not.
Well, with me, you can always tell when I'm not entertained because my camera is like right here.
I be waiting for moments like that.
Click.
I be waiting for moments. Because it be so funny because the artist looks dead in your face and you like, oh, damn, we got eye contact. Right. And I'm seeing your big finger moving like she ain't clicked not nails.
It all depends on who it is. It all depends on who it is and what kind of vibe they give me and what kind of stage presence they give me. If they're really rocking out, you're gonna get pictures galore. But if you just up there, just kind of like, I don't know, doing nothing.
You're gonna get nothing.
Why am I gonna take 50 pictures of you doing the same thing? Standing there.
But I'm gonna tell you how everybody loves seeing you. When I get through the door, if you there before me, this is what I hear. Yo, paparazzi in there. Yo, I know she gonna get my good side. In my mind, I was like, you better do something because, brother, no, she's not. Yo, I'm gonna go holler at her. Like that one dude that sounded like the dude, she was like, will you back up? Like you was
That's her.
And I see it in the corner of my eye. I was like, all right.
She did not play.
He was like, back up. He just kept getting close. Like, oh, we're going to have to bank him. So which side am I going to take? Like, all right. Because if she turned around and he's still there, she spent, I'm going to have to follow up. Like, bump that. We just going to have to fight together. Bump that.
Man, let me tell
He
you.
was just all up on him. Like, dude, you don't want to take no pictures of you. She don't want to talk to you. Y'all, like, back up. He was like, let me see what you're doing. He's looking off through the camera. Like, what is you doing? Your mother ain't hug you enough this year.
Man, let me tell you, I had one guy ask me one night about the pictures, and I looked at him. He was like, when they gonna be up? I said, when I get them up.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I know some, most people have them up like within a day or two. I said, are you paying me?
Exactly. Say it again. Say it loud for the people in the back.
I was like, are you paying me? I said, because if you pay me, I'll get them up quicker. But you're not paying me, so yeah.
Get 'em when you get 'em.
Here's this picture right here. Kind of sums up everything. Try to turn it around here. Anchor the Bank DJ took this picture.
Your face is like, I'm about to say.
I was there, I think, that night. I think I was there.
My ex's girlfriend was drunk, and her friends were drunk, and they was all dancing around and doing all kinds of white girl stuff.
So they was white girl wasted.
Yeah, and I just was like,
Yeah, it's levels. My homegirl Katie, shout out to Katie. She said it's levels to being a white girl wasted. Then my homegirl Sarah, shout out to Sarah, being in Philly. PA tomorrow, so I'm gonna hang out with you. She said it's levels to getting high, white girl high. So I'm like,
right.
She's like, it's
Try to show
levels.
everybody this.
She said because you have level 1 when a white girl drink, they only there to look cute.
Right.
That's the first stage. The second stage, they really emotional. They either just broke up, or they see somebody that they like, or they see a crush, or somebody did them wrong, so they got to point to prove, so they're going to just act out of order to get noticed. Then you have the white girl that just, I don't care, I'm celebrating for somebody, I don't care who I'm celebrating for, I'm just celebrating, I'm in a celebrating mood. Then you have the white girl wasted that just out of it. She's drooling, you need to hold her hair, her boobs hanging out, her big toe is bleeding, from what reason, I don't know, she just all tore up. I said, oh. She said, so you gonna hang out with me? I said, what girl are you gonna do?
Bomb had comment on this, and Bomb is the reason why I'm even in the whole music industry in Baltimore and everything. And he was like laughing my ass off. I remember seeing that look plenty of times while performing. I laughed once and lost track of where I was at on my verse. But yeah, so my face, I'm up front, so and my face speaks volumes. So
Yes, it does. It's loud and clear.
well, it's 9:00 already.
Yeah. Time flies.
So next week, Holiday Shells is coming through. My guys that I take hundreds of pictures of every time they perform, because at their last performance at Soundstage, they came out. They got a song called "I Don't Know." It's an IDK, and it's like the words are, "I don't know what you came to do, but I came to clap my hands. I don't know what you came to do, but I came to do my dance." Yeah, and. Right, and I love that song. It's like one of my favorite songs to watch them perform, because listening to something on a CD or on your phone or however you listen to music, seeing it live, being performed live, is a totally different experience.
It is.
And they came out in church robes, like a choir, and you know what I mean? They came out, and then they took that off. They came out, they were in their regular clothes. Shells had on like his jacket or whatever, and then like after another like song or whatever, they change, like they do the outfit changes. And the one song that they had is usually the last song that they do, I believe, is Stone Cold Stunner, and Holiday comes out with the WWF or WWE now, because I guess it's I can't keep them straight now.
WWF.
It's WWF.
I mean, WWE.
Yeah, because WWF, there's actually WWF was the wrestling, and then there's a WWF for the Panda Bears and crap or whatever. So now it turned to WWE. So he comes out with that great big belt on, and so they're very entertaining.
Right.
So I take lots of pictures of them because they're very entertaining.
Exactly.
So they'll be here next week. I can't wait because I've known Holiday since I've been in this scene. And, I have so much love for both of them. So I can't wait for them to come through. After that, I got to find out if Pennsylvania's coming through on the 28th. I haven't talked to Jason. And like I said, Dirt Road, Yellow Jesus, MD's Finest. Pennsylvania's supposed to come down again. November the 2nd, I have artists from over in King County, Maryland, which is right next to where I grew up at. And actually, I think one of them is related to my oldest daughter and son. I think it's their cousin. They're coming through. It's called We Up Next Entertainment. And then on the 9th, I have scheduled my man B City has a female artist that they're working with and promoting and whatnot. And Trent called me and asked me if he could get her on the show. So yeah, that's my lineup for the next few weeks. I may be adding some people because I may be just going ahead and trying to get these people, everybody that wants to be on the show. I have some repeats that people will, I want to be on the show. You've been on my show 999,000 times. I love you, but can you give somebody else a chance? Thank you. But, everybody's always got projects. Like TAGMG has got projects coming out. Street Scott and Jace both have projects coming out. Or they've already came out. So, but I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm rescheduling C Love. I hope that everything's well, nothing serious. And I will be here next week. God willing, the creek don't rise, as they say. So thank you all for tuning in to In the Spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi on Power 4.4. Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Poetless Shakespeare, for, jumping in here. And
She was pissed.
when she first came in, pissed. So I thank you all for coming and talking. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I will always find something to talk about. There's so much to talk about in this world.
What the hell?
Right.
Yeah, we gotta go. We got church in the morning.
Yeah, we
Church.
We got church in the morning.
Please remember your tithes.
We not with you. Bye.
So, yeah.